The ruling leftist Social Democrat Party in Romania looks set to win the most votes in the country's parliamentary election, fending off a resurgent far-right movement. With most of the ballots counted, the SDP are on 22% of votes. There had been fears that the right-wing parties may do better, as the recent presidential vote saw an independent far-right candidate emerge from relative obscurity to become the front-runner. His unexpected win ushering in support for hard-right parties, some with overt pro-Russian sympathies. Well, we're going to cross live to Bucharest, talk to our correspondent Maria Gerth-Nicolescu, who joins us from there. Maria, let's talk about these legislative results first of all. Relative relief, would you say, for those opposing the far right?
Well, I don't know if relief is really the term that everyone would use here. I mean, yes, if you take all the votes together, pro-European and pro-Western forces do come out on top. But the far-right party out of George Simion arrives second with over 18% of votes. That's double than the score they did in 2020. Within the Romanian diaspora, the out party also arrived first on top of all other parties. There are also two new far-right parties that passed the 5% threshold needed to enter in parliament. These two parties together account for 13% of the vote. And so we see a clear rise of the far right, despite this advance of the Social Democratic Party. And this shows that there is an anti-establishment vote in Romania. The cost of living has become extremely high. People are frustrated at the current system. But at the same time, if we look at the three moderate parties that came first, third, and fourth, they show also a mobilization of Romanians who are scared of this rise of the far right, who mobilized in this election, and this is also one of these main takes. But we will have to see how the parties decide on the ruling coalition that will determine Romania's political future, and as we speak, this is still very much undecided.
And away from those legislative elections, Maria, there's still the possibility then, presumably, that the previously little-known far-right candidate, Călin Georgescu, could be voted in as the country's president next weekend.
Well, if we look at the results of the parliamentary elections, which is a single-round vote, unlike the presidential one, then it looks difficult for Călin Georgescu to reach the 50% needed in the runoff. However, as we've seen with the first round, things are extremely volatile and unpredictable here. So it's difficult for me to give an exact prediction. On the one hand, we have this mass of people who voted for Călin Georgescu, many of which discovered him on TikTok days or even weeks or even days before they decided to vote for him. What did they do in these past few days? Did they inform themselves beyond these short TikTok video clips in which he speaks about the need for change, the importance of religion, the love of the country? Did they change their mind, or did the momentum that we saw with his victory in the first round, did it mobilize even more people to campaign for him? On the other hand, many Romanians are also horrified by what Călin Georgescu represents, and even those who do not support Elena Lasconi, who arrived second in the first round, many could campaign for her and vote against Călin Georgescu. But this is still very much up in the air because the Constitutional Court has to announce today whether the runoff will even take place. And next Sunday, the court had ordered a recount of the vote. And if the vote is cancelled, then this could further exacerbate the political crisis that is unfolding in Romania for over a week now.